I do not do lives, but I'm up. I'm up early. We're doing what we do. Shout out to everybody in the room. Everybody retweet this. Let everybody know that we're live right now. What's up, War Talks? Shout out to the family. Hope you guys are having a good weekend this weekend. We're going to chop it up real quick, touch on a few things. What's up, Sincere the Love God? One thing, a couple of announcements. We were supposed to do an event at the museum on the 26th of this month. That's going to be pushed back to October. I keep people updated on that. There's some stuff going on with permits and licensing at the spot, so we're having to push the event back because we got these events popping, and a lot of people are showing up. So now the city, their antennas started to go up, so they're kind of taxing us on a lot of stuff. They're like, you guys got it popping. So hey, we're gonna need y'all got to get this entertainment license that costs whoop de whoop, and then a special event license that costs whoop de whoop. So now the city's kind of taxing us now. They see that we got stuff really popping, so they're like, they gotta skim theirs off the top. So we're doing that type of stuff. So it's all good. It's just a lot of stuff is gonna get pushed back to October. We gotta drop the bags off to the city. So that's how it goes sometimes, guys. But it is what it is. What's up, Terrain? Shout out to my brother Terrain. Another thing too, a shout out to everybody getting the root work deodorant. For some reason, I don't know if there's a glitch on the site. There are people who are still ordering the coconut butter scent. That was a favorite scent, and a lot of people liked it, and we're actually sold out. I don't know how people are still ordering it. There's a few people that's ordering it, and we've taken it off the site. I don't know how you guys are putting it in your cart, but we're still getting a significant amount of orders for the scent that's sold out. So I don't know how you guys are doing it. I don't know if it's a browser situation. I don't know how you guys are ordering, to be honest. I don't know how you're doing it, but I'm letting you know we are sold out of that, and we will have some soon, but your order will be delayed. So don't email us complaining. What the hell is my deodorant is? I just ordered on Monday. It's Wednesday and I ain't got nothing, because people be doing that shit. People want the shit the next day. They'll order on Tuesday and then call us complaining Wednesday. Like, nigga, you just ordered at midnight. Nigga, this is not Uber Eats. We can't deliver it right there, dude. So we always get that. People want the shit overnight. And shout out to everybody who gets stuff from the website. But I'm letting people know now. I don't know how you're ordering the coconut butter thing, but it's not in stock, and we've taken it off the website. We've specified that it's sold out, and somehow people are still able to put it in their cart. So I don't know what kind of browsers you got. I don't know how y'all doing it. So I'm just giving everybody the heads up. We still got the vanilla scent. We still got that in stock, and that's about to run out pretty soon. So, but we're stocking up on everything. So we'll keep everybody posted. And again, I appreciate everybody for really getting the root work deodorant. People really, really like it. People are really feeling it. So we got different. We're expanding the different scents because it has taken off faster than we thought. But I digress, ladies and gentlemen. But I digress. We got to talk about a few things. First thing I got to address, there was the video of this woman, one of these tether feminists, who was talking very greasy about our queen mother, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. And people have been talking about our brother Terrain's septum ring theory, and I just kind of touched on it briefly and mentioned the video of this woman who had the septum ring talking greasy about our queen mother. And I was making some general statements about some of these septum ring renegades, just general. So the woman from the video made a response video trying to play the victim, talking about I'm bullying her. Oh my God, he's bullying me. He's talking about my looks and saying I'm bad built. I didn't say anything about that woman. I was talking about people in general. who have that kind of mindset with the septum ring and talking greasy about black empowerment. I never even mentioned that woman's looks or how I wasn't talking about her. But hit dogs holler. Hit dogs absolutely holler. And when you look at her page and look in the comment section and the people supporting her, you see a lot of septum rings, foreign flags, and bad built bodies. So hit dogs holler. They know how weird and goofy they are. They know. And they want to turn around and play victim when they sit here and denigrate one of our foundational Black American icons that I don't know about you. I just don't sit around and let that bullshit happen. Y'all not going to sit around here, you tethers who done fled from your failed homelands, and then you want to come over here and talk greasy about our riders, our queen mothers, our sisters who put it on the line. You can go to hell if you think you're going to do that with your little musty ass. You will get checked. And I don't give a damn about y'all running around acting like victims. Dr. Frances Cress Welsing is an icon. That woman put her career, her life, and everything on the line to give us the game. And damn if we're going to sit around and let musty fleeing tethers come over here and talk greasy about people like that. That's just not going to happen. The tether class, they got a real bug in their ass about coming over here denigrating our icons. Nicki Minaj and those guys do that too, with them little slick lyrics about Rosa Parks, and then Rihanna. Remember, she had some real weird pictures of Dr. MLK. That Michael Blackston, he said something about MLK that was real weird. Y'all remember Michael Blackston? He put up a tweet like, yeah, MLK had a bunch of beaches or something. It was something weird. And shout out to Cat Williams. Cat Williams checked him on that. He was like, hey, you sound like a coon. Cat Williams checked him on that. We got to check them. We can't go to where they're from and talk about any of their icons, what little they have, by the way. They don't really have too many icons, to keep it a buck. And I'm not trying to diss anybody. But yeah, we can't go to some of these places you're from and talk about the revered people there. But they feel like they can come over here and say any and everything about our iconic figures. And we have to shut that nonsense down. So that is what it is. All right. And speaking of that, Akon, y'all boy Akon is at it again. Akon was on Revolt TV doing the whole Wakanda timeshare package pitch. There's a clip of him, and I posted it, and he's talking about how Black Americans, we need to invest in Africa. I don't know why y'all ain't investing in Africa. Man, every Black American would be a millionaire if you invest in Africa. Womp, womp, blah, blah, blah. Please, y'all leave us alone. We're not buying. Why do y'all feel a need to just keep giving us the Wakanda timeshare pitch? Well, China is investing in Africa and Russia is investing in Africa. How come Black Americans ain't investing in Africa? Just stop. Let's stop. People see that we're delineating, which we should have delineated a long time ago. This whole thing that we're just one big global Negro. That sounds good on paper, but everybody has to be on board with it. We've been on board with it. The problem is we've been carrying everybody else who ain't on board with it. People are still tribal who are non-FBA. So we can't sit here and do this one-sided towing the line for everybody with their own personal damn agendas. Enough of that. We can't keep doing that. And we're stopping. We're just not doing it no more. And people try to shame us and you niggas, you got that there's no progress without Africa. Stop, just stop. Y'all stop selling us the Wakanda pitch. Please stop. If you go to Africa, they got everything you need. You want for nothing over there. Well, why are you dookieing in a river? Okay, come on, stop. I'm not trying to diss Africa. I'm not, but y'all please stop with the Wakanda sell pitch. Stop trying to sit here and point to China and all of them talking about they're investing in Africa. They are not investing in Africa. And you know they're not. They're not investing in anything. Let's look at the word invest. They're not investing. They're colonizing your ass over there. That's not an investment because you don't get nothing out of it. Yeah, they might build a road here and a road there, but they take control of all of the resources, your airports, your trade routes. It's not an investment. You're being recolonized. And we see it. And you want us to come over there to help bring some resources that they're not giving you. If you're getting all of this damn investment from China and Russia and whoever, why you want us over there so bad? So we can drop a bag off so that y'all can peel the money off us? No, we know. No, 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 no. Y'all want us to come over there with this sentimental attachment so that y'all can play off that. And we see it. We're not buying the Wakanda sales pitch, family. That's what it is. And then they want to get mad at us because we ain't buying it. They've been doing the Wakanda sales pitch for 120 years. This started in the early 1900s with a dude named Chief Alfred Sam. I've mentioned this before if you listen to my broadcast. I've talked about the Chief Alfred Sam scam. There was a brother who came over here from, I want to say he was from the area of Ghana. I think he was in Oklahoma somewhere, but he was over here um, telling people he was this tribal chief and all of this wealth that was in Africa. And when it rains, there's diamonds in the street and there is no racism and you can get over there and black people are running things. And oh, he was over here selling that. We're like, well, damn, shit, that's where we need to go. And then a handful of black people went over there, and those hating ass tribal niggas wouldn't even let black folks buy land over there. They were undermining us and hating on us. None of the things were popping like the dude said, and a lot of black folks lost their money. All right. That's the long and short of it. And you can look up Alfred Sam, Chief Alfred Sam. This is before Garvey, by the way. This was before Garvey started getting things going over here, or we helped him get things going over here. So they've been doing that Pan-African scam, Wakanda. They've been doing that for the longest, and we're tired. We don't want to hear it no more. This has been going on for over 100 years, and notice nobody got it popping over there. Y'all have had 100 years to get it popping over there. You can't point to no part over there that's popping where we can go over there and just get it cracking and everything is all good and the money is good. You can't point to anything over there where there's some kind of pan-Africanist enclave that black people globally or black people here can go over there and everything is all gravy. Why can't you point to something over there that y'all been talking about for the last 120 years? Let's talk real today. People are always talking about some damn development that's been popping, that they've been developing for the last gazillion years that ain't never popped off. How come none of this has materialized? It's not. Where are all these Akon cities? Remember Akon? What happened to that? He was pitching the Akon city where it's going to be flying saucers and um, um, metro rails and a floating Starbucks and all and microwave Jollof. What happened to that? What happened to the super spaceship Akon City and Musty Mountain or whatever the fuck they were gonna have? What happened to that? You understand? Let's stop playing, man. I don't want to hear that shit no more. And I know y'all don't want to. We just don't want to hear it no more. You go over there and get it popping. Don't come to us and then don't try to shame us. Nigga, if there's all this money over there and you about to get Akon City with the flying saucers and all of that and the space Jollof, then do you. Knock yourself out. Why are you hopping on a ship or inner tube to get the fuck out of there? Okay? Right. Let's just ask questions here. If you got it popping and y'all got all this stuff popping over there, and you're trying to sell this to us, why, when we go over there, we see a nigga on an inner tube and or paddling his way away from there, right? Well, I think we got some people from over there now. I see Zulu Warrior, hop on and let's talk to me. Talk to me. I want to hear from you. Let's get real today. because I don't want to hear the Wakanda pitch, and your ass is sitting over here in Maryland. All right, Zulu Warrior, where you at, man?
I'm in Baton Rouge,
There,
Louisiana.
there you go. Now, what part of Africa are you from, sir?
No, I'm not from Africa. I'm from Louisiana. I was born
Nigga,
here.
nigga, stop. Nigga, I can hear the jollof in your voice. Now,
Oh
where are
no,
you
no, I don't
from?
eat
Where
jollof.
are you from?
No
Stop playing.
fufu for
Stop
the
playing. Stop
Zulu.
playing. Stop playing. Where you from, bro? Stop playing.
Young man, I was born in Louisiana.
Nigga, where are you from? I'm not talking about where you drive Uber. Where are you
I'm
from?
from
Where's your
Baton
family from?
Rouge, Louisiana. That's the
Nigga, you
225. Will keep the truth
dude,
alive.
you were battening an inner tube to get out of West Africa, or wherever you're from. Let's stop
Prove
lying
it.
about where you're from.
I'm
Your
not
voice,
West
nigga.
African.
You're not, where are you from? Stop being ashamed of where you're
No
from.
fufu for the Zulu.
You know, where are you
I'm not
from?
West African. I'm from Louisiana,
Okay,
baby.
okay. If you don't get the must out of here, all right. Okay, y'all, please stop trying to be $5 FBAs. We're the folks from the motherland. Y'all hop on here and let us know what's popping. All right, let us know what's going on. Because what's funny is when we don't want to buy the Wakanda timeshare, then y'all try to shame us. Don't try to shame us just because we ain't buying the pitch you're throwing at us. We're just not buying it. And knock yourself out, nigga. Dude, if it's popping like that, go over there and pop off. Stop trying to convince us and sell it to us. Oh, goodness. Let's get Power of Babel. Let's get Power of Babel in here. Y'all hop on in here and let us know what's popping over there. All right. Power of Babel. What's up, man?
Tariq, I'll try and keep this brief because I'll be honest, I don't really, I'm not a follower of what you do, and I don't really, I don't like the tone in which the way you're doing it in. But I understand. But what I will say
Okay.
to you is the
Am I
position that
saying
you're in. Let me
anything
finish. Let me
incorrect? No,
finish,
we
please, bro.
don't.
Let me finish.
But
But
hold
what I
on,
would
hold
like
on,
to say
hold
to
on,
you is,
hold
though,
on,
bro.
hold on. Okay, let me mute you for a second. Before we go on, you say you don't like the tone. Am I saying anything that's incorrect, sir? Let's start there.
Exactly. If you let me finish,
Go
please,
ahead.
bro. What I would like to say is you're in a. I don't know why or what your initiative is behind all of this, but what I will say is that you're in a position where you've got a significant collection of people who believe and follow your word. So your influence is more impactful than you think, and this it's unfortunate to hear. Oftentimes, when I do hear you speaking, the slurs in which you use towards other ethnicities or where they're from, and I'm just talking to you man to man. I do you feel that this encourages people to be more hateful towards others and more derogatory towards others, more separate from others, or does it encourage others to be more understanding, more empathetic, more collaborative in the way the direction of the world is going, regardless of whatever race, creed, and color you're from? I just would like to understand,
So
like,
do right. So do the terms Jareer, Akata,
I don't
Abib, and all
even
of these
honestly,
other
brother. I
terms?
don't know what I don't, like, in you asking these questions. Like, what is
Right,
your
right.
intent behind the answer you're trying to achieve, or are you just
Right.
trying to
You
find a
just said
reason
something.
to?
You just said something about slurs, and then all when I talk about all the names you guys have for us, you babble and backpedal. So no, 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 no.
But who?
We got to talk about the slurs for real. There's slurs all over Africa for
Yeah, but who? Yeah,
foundational
but
Black
who?
Americans, sir. What you mean who?
'Cause-
It's something that's common in all of the cultures over there. Not who. It's a common
But
thing in
okay,
many
well,
of the
Tariq,
cultures
all I'd
where
like
they
to
have
say
slurs
then,
about us.
let's just focus on the positives then, because clearly,
Like what? Okay, 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 good. Okay, like what? Now, what's the positives to foundational Black Americans for people trying to get us to go over here and bring
well,
our
no one
money,
can't try
but they
to make
won't
you
give
do
us? No, no,
anything,
no. What's the
but
positives
nobody
for
can't make
us?
you do anything.
I asked you, sir. What's the positives for us?
Being grounded in a sense of identity.
We
Look,
already
you got
got that.
600, you got six,
We
exactly.
already got no, 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 no. We already got that. We're foundational Black Americans with a full culture over here.
Exactly.
We already have an identity. So
Yes.
what are you talking
But
about?
this is my point.
What's your point? I don't have you
If you
muted, sir. What are you talking about?
if you let me finish. And
I'm
even
not cutting
even the
you off.
approach, even seeing as I'm talking to you now, like your stance in which you're
Because what you're doing, you'll say something, get debunked, and then run to another subject without elaborating. So you're fleeing, which is common in your culture. That's the problem. That
dude, you keep
fleeing
muting me.
mentality, that fleeing mentality is not going to work, sir. You're gonna
Bro,
have
I
to
came I
stand
came to
on
this space to
something.
speak to you. Where am I fleeing?
But you're fleeing, you're saying something, and then you'll change the subject when you contradict yourself, sir. So you're just not saying anything. You're just babbling.
Bro, you're
Is
muting
that
my
why your name
microphone.
is that why your name Power of Babel? Your name is Power of Babel, and you're just babbling. You're not making a point. You don't say nothing and then change the subject, sir.
Anyway.
Let's get back to what you no. If you say something, stand on it. You said something about a sense of identity. You don't have a sense of
And I
identity.
will
We
stand
didn't
on it.
flee. We didn't flee our homeland. You did. So who doesn't have a sense of identity, sir?
If
You're not
people
muted.
if people are forced out of their homelands for whatever reason, and because of the way the world events are and powers that should not be have caused people to be in a certain situation, they're not to be penalized for the environments that are not their fault. And oftentimes
And
this lack of
then
and
okay, if you have to flee for whatever reason, don't go to the other land where somebody didn't flee and then try to shame us into investing into the land you fled from. How about that? Let's make a
no, I'm
deal.
inspired
Don't
by that.
shame us. Don't try to shame us into
How have I
investing in
tried
where
to
you
shame you?
fled because you did it. That's what your whole
But you
narrative
haven't listened to
is.
me speak.
But sir, you've been babbling left and right. The whole narrative, from what I'm seeing, is that you're trying to shame us for not investing in the place that you
I
fled
didn't
from.
say that.
So what are you saying?
If you would let me speak and you would listen, you would know.
But you're not going to babble. That's what you're not going to do. You're going to make a point.
Tariq, all I'm saying is it's amazing what you lot are doing, and it's great to have a collective body like this. But just keep it on the higher end of the spectrum. There's no need, kind of, even even the way you say the word nigger, even the it's not a term of endearment,
I haven't even used the word nigga
bro.
in
That's
this
a lie.
conversation. What are you talking
In
about?
reference to other people, yes, you have.
Not in
But I'm
this
not talking
conversation
shit.
on this page. No, I haven't.
Okay. All I'm saying to you is, my brother, you're a king in your own
Okay.
right,
You're
but just do
just
justice.
saying stuff, sir. I don't want to hear this is tether babble. I don't want to hear it. I'm not even saying Nick. I'm not. What are you talking about? You don't have a point. You can't address the real conversation that we're having here. Why should we invest in this Wakanda package? So you have to come in and start whining about a whole bunch of non sequiturs that you made up. Let me get Sincere in here. What's up, Sincere? Sincere, turn your microphone on, brother. I can hear you. What's going on,
How you
fam?
doing, man? My thing,
I'm good. What's on your
man,
mind,
my
bro?
thing with the whole Akon shit and all these people that be pushing this Wakanda package is why is it always directed at foundational Black Americans? You got Black people
Right.
all over South America, all over the Caribbean. They never say Brazilians. Y'all need to come back to Africa. The majority of the
Right.
people, the most Africans outside of Africa is in Brazil. Why y'all not talking to them?
Yeah.
Why y'all always got to come to us?
Yes, indeed. Real talk, man. And notice the guy. See, this is the whole con. They hate the fact that we are now embracing our foundational Black American culture and identity and history. They keep trying to push this narrative that we don't have a history or a culture, which is horse crap. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. All of the significant things in America is based on our history. We created most of the culture here, and we're embracing that. And that's part of the whole Wakanda timeshare pitch. Remember the guy who just called, not Sincere, but the guy before him, when I said, what are we going to get out of all this? Well, you're going to get a sense of identity. Nah, we already got that, buddy. See, they want us to go over there and embrace some damn long lost tribe that we ain't had no connection to since forever. See, they want to try to play this Jedi mind trick that we have to go over there to find ourselves. No, we don't. No, we don't. Because they don't know themselves over there in many of those places. And I'm not being mean spirited. It's time to have a real conversation and let's break this thing down. They don't have a sense of identity over there in many of those places. I'm not being mean. Those places have been colonized and recolonized. Many of those countries over there are relatively new. They don't really have a sense of their identity there. In many of those places, let's keep it a buck. So we're not going to go over there and get something that's long and lost. Man, we got a richer history here than they do there. They've been moved around in many of those places. Some of those tribes were connected to other tribes and reformed. The history is not as deep as you think it is over there. That's the long and short of it. These histories are not as deep. Y'all remember a few days ago when I was debating with one of these tether dudes, and he tried to lie about where his family was from, or he said that part of his family was from Palestine and his mama's side was from Burkina Faso. And then he tried to pretend to be FBA. He was like, yeah, part of my family come from, they were brought over to America during slavery. I'm like, what? What? Hold on. What are you talking about? You just said your mom's side was from Burkina Faso. That makes no sense. Well, yeah, some of our people, they were brought over from there. No. No. See, they expect us to not know history too. No, they were not from Burkina Faso because number one, Burkina Faso is a relatively new country. They only named it Burkina Faso in the 80s. Before that, it was dominated by the French. So when he's saying this, it wasn't making sense. Before it was named Burkina Faso, it was dominated by the French and it was called Upper Volta. And before that, it was a more vast area in the 1800s of the Masi tribe. I think but it was the land boundaries were different. So what he was saying didn't make sense because if you know history, you kind of put two and two together. Also, Burkina Faso, that area is landlocked. So they don't have an ocean border there where somebody would be shipped from. You would have to go to the coast. So he didn't think his lie out. You see, these people throw these lies out there, and then when you start kind of reducing some of the layers to the lies, like, hey, that shit don't make sense. Why would somebody come from Burkina Faso, and how could you trace that when Burkina Faso didn't even exist during slavery? Then he kind of admitted that he was just saying shit. But that's the thing with tethers. They lie on top of lie. You understand? This is why we have to understand the game, because they'll come around us lying their asses off. If you don't know the truth, they'll say anything. We have to know how to break down their lies and their damn babble. And that's the long and short of it. Let me get Great Black Shark in here. Great Black Shark, hop on, brother. Yes, sir. How are you, brother?
Thing as well with you and your family. I'll be very brief, but in regards to this Wakanda timeshare package thing, I pose this question. Okay, someone, and no disrespect to our continental African brothers and sisters that are on code, but when you look at their most wealthy that have come here, immigrated here, they get their money right. Okay, any of us can understand that. Why is it that after they achieve that, they don't go and have home base permanently back home where they're from? While they're trying to sell us on going over there. And the other thing that we're going to have to start getting clamping down on, when these tethers come into our spaces and we're discussing business, they come over and start kikiing and cacaing. First of all, if you're a man doing that, that says a lot about why your countries are failing, okay? And then on top of that, if you jumped off of a ship that you crashed and you couldn't control, don't think you're going to come over here and have the right to jump on our ship and tell us how to navigate. That makes no sense. So that's all I wanted to add to that, my brother. Peace.
My man, thank you so much, brother. Yeah, listen, brothers and sisters from the continent and the Caribbean, as long as you on code, we're cool. I have no problem with you. we're good. If you come over and like, hey man, I was down bad back home, but I'm over here, man. Thank you guys for giving us the lane. So let's get together and let's work to get this paper. Let's work against systematic white supremacy to get some justice. We brothers. But when you come over eating off us and you done fled somewhere and then you trying to sell us the Prince of Zamunda package that you really a prince, you pretending to be poor, but you really got it. Come on, man. Enough of that. I don't want to hear the Prince of Zamunda. I don't want to hear Wakanda. Y'all just cut it out. Cut it out, man. God damn, enough is enough. Chill out with that shit. And Akon is real bad with that. Daniel, what's up, man?
Hey, what up, Tariq? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Daniel. Where you calling from?
Calling from the Bay Area.
What's on your mind, Dan?
Yeah, no, just saying, I'm originally from Africa, and I've been calling this pitch back from the get-go since I started seeing it popping up in Ghana. And really, the folks that are pitching it, they're just the front man for a lot of other countries and folks from other communities that are the ones that are financially backing it. But if they were the ones on the face front, they wouldn't be able to attract folks over here in the U.S. to go back and contribute their capital. So,
Right.
so they're used as the front in order to get folks over here on the state side to say, come back home, as they want to call it, come trauma bond. No pun intended when I say
Right.
that, but really, they want your capital, and then in return, these folks collect a percentage on the back end. When you look at it,
Oh yeah.
like with Akon specifically, folks got to understand who he's in bed with, who he's building his cities that he's quote unquote building, but not really building. Solar panels that they're importing. Oftentimes, these are Chinese partners that he's in bed with. But if folks find out that the Chinese are the ones that are building these cities, building these communities, well, then folks are just not going to want to contribute. And
Right.
I wish Africans would be honest instead of trying to come up with a sales pitch to get folks over here to contribute their money or make the trek out there when really that money that they're giving, it's not even going to the poor folks,
Right.
your everyday Africans back home. It's not going to them. You look at all that year return stuff in Ghana, that money isn't going to your everyday Canadian. That's going to the affluent, to the elite. And then you look to
Yeah.
the extent to which they go to, they partner up with Hollywood folks. They got one of the former marketing execs that used to be at Pepsi, Facebook, and I want to say also Uber. And she's basically the funneling system to get Hollywood and the Black Boule to buy in. And once folks start seeing that the Boule are buying into this whole pitch, then your everyday person starts going in with the
Right.
same
Right.
premise. It's all a marketing stick. They're just
Right. Right. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah. It's heavy. Yeah. I know there's other people that these people are being front folks for, but hey, let me get some more people in there. OG Black man, hop in, man.
Hey, Tariq.
All right. What's up,
Nothing
bro?
much. So it says Wakanda timeshare pitch. Let me be honest, man. Not every Black American is able to move back to Africa. What Akon is doing is talking to Black Americans that can afford it. Most Black Americans are one paycheck away from being homeless, especially in this Biden economy. You can't even afford a $2,000 flight ticket to go to Africa. So when he's talking to that, he's probably talking to people like you, Tariq, because you can afford it, right? He's talking to like people that have made it. But if you're working at KFC, you're working at McDonald's, you're not going to be able to afford to move to Africa. So that message ain't for you. It ain't for the minimum wage workers. You make 35,000 a year and you're just barely making it. You can't move to Africa.
Now,
All right.
now, 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 what part of Africa are you from?
I'm from the southern part of Africa.
What part, brother? What's
Oh,
the
the
country?
country
Name the
or
country.
Zimbabwe? Yes,
Zimbabwe.
sir.
All right. I've been to Zimbabwe. What part of Zimbabwe are you
I'm
from?
from the capital city, Harare.
All right. Okay. I've been there. And the lovely people had a great time out there. How long have you been in the U.S.?
About 15 years.
Where you at? Baltimore or New
I'm
York?
in Miami, Florida.
Miami. Now, let's be clear. A lot of black people you can get a ticket to go out there. You can go out there, but we just choose not to. Why would we move out there?
Now, here's the thing: if you're making 35,000 a year, you can. You're barely making it over here, and another thing about moving to Africa, right? There is no welfare system. There's barely any credit, so you won't be able to survive in Africa if you're making 35,000 a year. And let's be honest, most foundational Black Americans aren't making it. That's why they're fighting for reparations because life is tough over here. So that message is not for everyone to move back to Wakanda. So people that can afford it.
What do you mean we're not? How are we not making it? What are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, foundational Black Americans in the United States of America, um, listen, they work minimum wage jobs, most of them.
Most of
Yes,
us?
I mean, the
Not really.
foundational Black Americans are the poorest in the United States, right? Black
Hmm.
people are the poorest group in the United States.
Worldwide, probably
Why
worldwide.
worldwide?
But
Exactly. So
but
that's what I'm saying, right? So you wouldn't be able to move back to Africa because listen,
but
where I'm from,
but I've been to Zimbabwe, sir. A black person making minimum wage still is more wealthy than almost half the people in Zimbabwe.
that is
So
false,
I'm trying to
Tariq.
say,
Let me tell you something. Hold on,
sir,
hold on.
I've been to
Okay,
Zimbabwe,
let
sir.
me explain to you, right? Right now, Tariq, right? The lifestyle that you live over here, right? If you try to go and move over to Zimbabwe, it'll probably be the same. Land is expensive. Houses are expensive in good areas. A middle density suburb, just in the middle, for average people, a house costs about 170 to 220,000 US dollars, and there is no mortgage system. You have to buy that cash. So that's why I'm saying it's not for everyone.
Well, sir, I've been over there. I can buy a compound with acres on it for like under $1 million
Uh,
over there. I've seen some of
uh,
the house prices over there.
you said
I've been,
under $1 million, right? Like in the
yeah,
900s,
oh,
right?
right over there by where Mugabe's
That's
place
close
was.
to
He
my
had that
house. Mugabe.
right,
I live 5 minutes away from Mugabe's house.
right, and there are places over there that you can get for under $1 million.
But like,
I
give me
saw
a price around the 900s, right? Is that what you're saying?
under $1 million. No, that would be 900,000
Exactly.
under
How
a
many
million.
foundational
Right.
Black Americans have $900,000 right now?
But shit, that I don't know, but I'm saying some of us who do have it can go over there and live like the damn president.
Exactly.
That's the
That's
point.
why I said that message is not for everyone. It's for people who can afford it, not the general population within the foundational Black community.
But the thing is, also, you're talking about black people being on welfare. Most foundational black Americans are not on welfare. What are you talking about? A lot of the people on welfare, some of y'all come over here and y'all get on welfare.
I'm not
Immigrant,
denying that, but we do have most. I can't say most, but there are some foundational Black Americans that are on the welfare system, right? Am I lying?
yeah, of course, there's some.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's some.
And the reason why Black Americans, and you included, right? That's why helping this. You're fighting for this reparations, right? So that this
Because
wealth
we're
gap can
older. Yeah,
close.
we're older. Because what?
Right. It's old. That's correct. But you're trying to close that wealth gap. Am I correct?
Well, I just want what's owed to us.
Exactly.
I want what's
So
owed
that the
to
wealth
us.
gap can
It's
be
something that's
closed,
owed,
right? Because there is
so that
inequality.
we can have the money that's owed to us. There's a lot of different reasons. Some people want to get rims. There's different reasons why. Everybody doesn't have the same reason. We just need what's owed to
Okay.
us. It's that
All
simple.
right. But do you agree that there is a wealth gap or wealth inequality in this country between black and white
Of
people?
course, yeah, because there's white supremacy and there's economic deprivation. Our resources are deprived from us. And when we do build things, it's sabotaged by the dominant white society. So yeah, there's been an artificial wealth gap created by them. This is why, in addition to trying to get our resources, we're still fighting against systematic white supremacy, which is the culprit for why we have a lack of resources. So we're not fleeing. That's the most important thing.
Okay. Now let's talk about fleeing. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. So people migrate for different reasons. You know, some people are fleeing
Mm.
wars. I can't make fun of that. Do you make fun of someone that's fleeing war?
Who gives a shit?
What you mean?
Who cares why you fled?
No one.
Right. Don't flee and then come over and talk shit. That's the point. Whatever reason, y'all got a million reasons why you flee, and then come over here and start pointing the finger, talking about some welfare and all of that shit. That's the problem. Because we didn't flee and we go through war, hell, and everything else over here with these white supremacists. We still didn't flee, so we ain't really trying to hear it.
Oh, okay.
You feel me?
Listen.
You can't tell
Yeah.
us nothing. We deal with these white supremacists that then blew us up, mass incarcerated us, lynched us. They've done all types of warfare crimes against us, and we still stay and stand strong, and we still fight against them. We didn't flee, sir.
Oh, okay. I see. But listen, man, when you're talking about tethers, you're disrespecting Africa and the Africans, people are gonna retaliate.
Nope, just the tether class. Just the tether class.
Yeah.
That's all. The ones who are disrespectful, the ones who come over and talk greasy after they fled. Because, sir, you didn't come from a war-torn nation. You just fled because of the economics, sir. So that's different.
Okay. But
Right?
and now let's talk about tether. The word tether. What are we tethering
Uh-huh.
on to? What I don't understand that.
Our culture, our culture. You're tethering on our
But yeah,
culture and the lane we created to help you get over here.
listen, but the
When
culture doesn't
when
help
you
me with
come over
anything.
and when you come over and be disrespectful, that's tethering on our culture, because you couldn't come over here from Zimbabwe if it weren't for us creating a lane for you to come over here, sir.
But listen, but what does culture help me with? If I tether on to Black American culture, how does that help me get ahead?
That help you get ahead because it gives you citizenship here. You didn't get 14th Amendment citizenship if it weren't for the grassroots of foundational Black Americans, people like William Nesbitt and others who fought to get that 14th Amendment citizenship going here. That's foundational Black American culture. Going to the mid teens of the 1900s, when they didn't want to let Africans and Caribbeans here, there were Black people from the grassroots in Tuskegee coming out of Booker T. Washington's camp, making it possible so that this nation would allow the Marcus Garveys and people like that to come over. Then going to the 1960s, after we were fighting for our civil rights here, we kept the momentum going by saying, let's open up these borders for the Black people from Africa and the Caribbean, because they didn't want y'all over here either then. So we have repeatedly made a lane for you to come over here so that you can eat and benefit off what we built and fought for. That's why we are not accepting any form of disrespect once you
But
get here.
Tariq, let me give you my story. Listen,
Give it to me.
I had to pay my way into this country, and I'm
Uh-huh.
talking about tuition, and I got the education, paid international fees as an international student, international tuition. I paid for that, or my parents paid for that, and I completed a 4-year degree. I gained some skills. Those skills enabled me to get a career in this country, right? um Now, of course, I appreciate what the ancestors did, right? Or people in the past, in the 60s, fighting for civil rights movements.
Mhm.
But I still feel like I don't owe anyone anything because I paid for it. Because if I did not have that money, if my parents did not have that money, I wouldn't be able to come to the United States.
Well, sir, you talking about you paid for something. If you had all this money to pay for something, your family wouldn't have had to flee in
No,
the
no, my,
first
my family is
place.
in Zimbabwe. Yeah.
Right, right. Well, you wouldn't have to flee in the damn first place if y'all had all of
Uh,
that paper. You were able to come over because of the policies and the lane that we have provided. You were able to go to school because of the lane that we provided. We made it possible for you to go to these schools so that they can let in people who are not white. All of that comes from the struggle that we had over here, sir. And
yeah,
that's the real deal. You didn't do it on your own because you couldn't even cut it over there on your
but
own,
here's the
sir.
thing.
Y'all needed the lane. Y'all needed this over here to get it
All right.
popping.
So, but here's the thing, though. I think migration is a choice, right? Like, of course, I have the right to choose where I want to live. I'll give you an example. Those Russian oligarchs, they're billionaires and what? Most of them and their kids don't even live in Russia. They live in the UK. They live in New York City. They live wherever they want. So I think that's a personal choice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know what that means, sir. The thing is, when you talk about how you paid for this on your own or whatever, sir, I've been to Zimbabwe. The Zimbabwe dollar is useless outside of Zimbabwe. I tried to get it exchanged when I went to the airport. They were like, we don't even
Oh yeah,
take
we
that
use
money.
US dollars too. Yes.
Right, right. Your money is like zero, no good at
Absolutely.
all.
Yep. Absolutely.
Right.
And I 100% agree. The country has been run down with bad people in power, bad politicians, poor leadership. The economy is run down. That I won't lie. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Right. So again, y'all were able to get it on, get it popping because of the lane that we created, sir. There's no way around that.
Even if we paid for it.
Yeah, sir, the fact that you can come over here and benefit off of these programs, you couldn't really pay for that, sir. That was a lane that was created so that you can come over and bring what little dollars you had. The lane was created for us, sir. You didn't have the kind of money to bribe. You weren't bribing no big time politicians or anything over here. That came from a grassroots effort to allow you to come over here and go to school and do all the things that you're doing now. So when you talk about paid for it, yeah, you can pay for a flight, but you didn't pay no politicians no money to let you over. It was the programs from the grassroots that provided that, sir.
Okay. Oh well, fair enough.
All
All
right.
right. Good. All right.
All right. But
Thank you.
thank you so much. Yeah, don't play that game where yeah, I paid for it. Yeah, you paid for the boat ride. Yeah, that's not you paying for it. You know, that's like you paying for a taxi to go eat at a free buffet. Somebody make a free buffet for you, and you say, "Hey, I paid for it." No, no, you paid for the ride to get to the free buffet. Yeah. And why is the buffet free for you? The buffet is free. Somebody had to pay for it. When something is free, nothing is free. Somebody's paying for it. Let's get this shit in your goddamn heads out here. When you're able to eat, somebody paid for the shit. And we paid for it with blood and tears. Blood, sweat, and tears. Somebody's paying for you to eat. When you see a plate of food out there and it's all nice and it's well put together and it's like, hey, complimentary food, somebody is paying for it. All right. It's coming from somewhere. And when y'all eat, that comes from us. Don't you ever forget that. Because y'all sit up here and play this little Jedi mind trick. My parents sent me over there with their money. I paid for it myself. Nah. You paid the one-way ticket. You paid the airfare, but the buffet, that's on us. We're footing the bill for the buffet. Let me get some more people in here. Let's get Anna. Miss Anna, hop on, ma'am. A lot of people in here, almost 1,000 people in here on this lovely Saturday. Anna, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, Anna. Now, where are you from?
Kenya.
Kenya. Okay. Are you in the UK? Because I hear a UK accent.
Yes, I am.
All right. What's on your mind, Anna?
Why are we not getting along though?
What do you mean why we're not getting along? We're getting along great. We're just getting some straightening. We're
Yeah,
getting
I
along
feel like
perfectly fine.
in Kenya we say violence. I feel like there's so much violence.
No, no, no. It's good. Everything is good. We're just getting some straightening. We're just letting people know what the deal is, so that there's not going to be any kind of confusion and disrespect. We're just making people put the respect where the respect needs to be put.
I mean, I completely agree with you. As human beings, we are all entitled to respect,
Mm-hmm.
and we are all entitled to the things that brought us to where we are. And by things, I mean struggles. Like we've all struggled. And just because we're Africans, it doesn't mean that we don't understand struggle. And I'm not trying to, by any means, make your struggle minuscule or like at any point make it lesser, because obviously your struggle is way, way, way more than um, our struggle, I suppose. But when it comes to us versus white people, I think that we are on the same side. I don't think that we should be having so much animosity between ourselves, or we should be putting ourselves down, or we should be thinking any one of ourselves is better than the other person. Because, and I know, like, I've spoken to a couple of American spaces, and I've been made to feel like because you're African, you are somehow lesser, and like we are better than you. And I've been called fresh off the boat, and all these terminologies, and they don't hurt my feelings because it's irrelevant to me. But I think that as Black people, we must be on the same side. We cannot be fighting against each other when we have somebody else who is against us to fight with.
Right. So now, with that mindset, ma'am, you're going to have to infuse that into the mindset in Kenya and the rest of Africa.
But I
Because,
can't. This is the idea of human agency.
but the
Everybody,
thing is, ma'am, but the thing is, there's so much infighting and tribalism in your homeland. And that mindset that you're telling us, it has to start there. Y'all have to stop doing it there because there's so much infighting and tribalism that's there that has undermined the progress there. And then when you leave there and get among other blacks from other cultures like us, that same mindset is still present and it tries to undermine us. And that's when we're saying, hey, enough is enough. We're not going to have that mindset
so
among us.
Tariq,
Yes, ma'am.
Tariq, listen. I first of all never call myself a black person, because I am not somebody who is identified by their color. I am a human being. I am an African. Wherever I go, I don't introduce. Even when they give me the list on for like you're registering on a medical thing, and they're like, who are you? Black British, Black Caribbean, Black. I just put other because I'm none of those things. I'm an African person, and I am not identified by the color of my skin. I am
Right.
African, and if you put African there, I will take African.
Right. And that's the problem. We're black. We identify as black because we're in a system of white supremacy. So we understand in order to combat that, we embrace our blackness as a way to collectivize and get us on code against the oppressive system. You look at yourself more territorial. I'm an African or I'm a Kenyan,
But I
which
am an
is fine.
African.
You are?
Yeah, I am an African.
Which is fine. I'm not. We're not. We're foundational Black Americans. But when we say
I'm so
that,
confused. What does
we're
that
told that
mean? Foundational Black Americans.
we're told that we're xenophobic by understanding and accepting our ethnic group. Now, what's wrong with us identifying as foundational Black Americans?
So there is no problem with being xenophobic. I think every culture and every absolutely every human culture has the right to identify itself as to what it sees or defines itself as. There is absolutely
Mhm.
no problem with people identifying themselves as who they are. I'm not saying that you are wrong for
Right.
identifying yourself as a black person. You
Hmm.
are, that is, if that's how you see yourself, then absolutely you should do
Yeah.
that. But all
Hmm.
I'm saying is that I, as myself, see myself as an African person. And if I
Right.
go anywhere and there are other black people, even though they might not identify as African like me, I also see them as my people before I see any Indian, Chinese, or white person as my person.
Then why are people over there so broken up based on tribal differences? Why?
Because the same way you're saying about xenophobia isn't just something that is a color thing. Xenophobia is a culture thing. Now, for
Mhm.
example, in Kenya we have 42 tribes, which means we have 42 peoples, each with their cultures, with their language, with their way of life. So these are different people. I think the same way you would think of, then, like, if we take ourselves as the human race, why is there any sort of xenophobia in the human race? Because people have the tendency to divide what is me and what is other. And this is the issue. It isn't because we are the same color, therefore we must be homogeneous and have the same sort of mentality.
Right. And now, and I've been to Kenya, ma'am. I've been over there because I've been over there to the Serengeti. I've been there. When you have the East Indians there, they don't break themselves up. They're East Indians
Yes,
against you
because
all, and
they
they
see
dominate,
themselves as one person.
and they dominate the commercial sector there. Also, the Asians as well over there in Kenya. They're dominating the commercial sector. They put all of their little Asian tribal differences aside and dominate you all as one big Asian group. You
And
see
they
the
don't
difference?
dominate us all. They might
Man,
dominate the economy to
that's
some
dominating
extent.
you all, ma'am. When they dominate your economy, that's dominating you all. I think over there, they're about to take over the airport. Did they take that over yet, if I'm not mistaken?
I
The
think you
Asian.
mean the seaport.
Right, well, the seaport, and also they were going to take over the airport over there. The Asians were going to have control over the airport there. So that's dominating you, man. When they can control your economy and your trade routes, they're dominating you, and you're still talking about, well, I'm a human being.
Okay, Tariq, I think that perhaps being, I think that you feeling like you're superior and that you are able to talk everybody down makes you somehow
You're,
think that
ma'am,
you're
you're
better than
projecting
everybody. And that's
insecurities,
okay.
ma'am.
If
You're
that's what it
projecting
takes for you
insecurity.
to
I've never
feel like
said that,
you're
ma'am.
validated,
Ma'am, slow down. Don't project your insecurities. I've never said that, ma'am. See, you're living in fantasy world, ma'am. You're just saying stuff. I've never said I was superior to you. I never even implied anything like that, ma'am. So why would you tell a lie like that? See, that's another problem. The lying that comes from many of you people from these non-FBA cultures. That's why a lot of people have a problem with the trust thing because you just pull a lie out of your back like that, ma'am. Anna, when I start telling the truth about what's going on in your homeland, you just started lying, ma'am. You start trying to do personal insults. I'm telling the truth about what's going on in your homeland, right? Anna, turn your microphone on, ma'am. Anna, okay, Anna, I don't have you blocked, ma'am. Anna, do you want to turn your microphone on, ma'am? She's not saying anything. I think she might have dropped
No,
some.
I'm here. I'm
Okay,
just
there you go. Go ahead, ma'am.
contemplating what you're telling me.
Okay, right, ma'am. I know it's kind of a hard pill to swallow, ma'am.
It is
I'm
no
just
hard pill to swallow because I realize we have been colonized up to our eyebrows. Like, it's something that we just have to open. It's on the periphery. We can see it all left, right, front, back. It's like we know,
And by the
Tariq.
way, Anna, you're in the UK. Is your significant other a white British man?
Why is that irrelevant?
Okay, thank you. That's the answer. That's my answer. I got it. Um, because whenever people say I'm a human being, well, we kind of know what that means. That
Oh,
means
wow.
there's a
Okay. So if I said
yeah,
my husband was Kenyan, then what?
yeah, but yeah, you would be lying.
It's
You
nice
don't.
that you
You
know
would be
about
lying,
me more than me.
ma'am. How long have you been with your white significant other?
What white significant? I've been married for 15 years. I don't know what you're talking about.
Or, ma'am, is your significant other a British man?
Irrelevant to the subject.
Thank you, ma'am. That's okay.
And
That's a
the
yes
answer
or
is no.
no, ma'am. Ma'am, stop it. You got a zaddy. You got a white zaddy, and that's okay, ma'am.
See,
I
this
kind of
is
knew
the
that.
thing that now who's projecting?
I'm not projecting,
Are
ma'am.
you not, Tariq? Are you not?
Ma'am, you have a
You
white
basically called
significant
my
other.
husband Azadi. Maybe we should share
Yes,
him.
yes, you have a white zaddy.
Yeah, we could share him. It's okay.
It's okay. Okay. So that says a lot about the mindset that you have as well, ma'am, right?
I don't know. Apparently so.
Right. Okay, Anna. Well, thank you so much, Anna. That's everything we need to know. Okay. Yeah. All right. Cece. Let me get my sister Cece. Connie, hop in, dear. Please help.
Hey, hey, happy rainy Saturday to you, Tariq.
Yes, no, this rain came out of nowhere, didn't it?
Out of no damn where, and I didn't cover up the patio furniture or anything.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Anywho, well, one, before I address some of the foolishness that was just said, please, when is this documentary coming out? This hip hop documentary? I'm tired of the foolishness.
Oh my God, we're working on it. We're editing now. We're in the editing process now. It's coming. It's so needed. Yeah, it's coming.
Man, Tariq, what we everybody listening, we have to do whatever we can to boost this movie. All of you guys who are in PR, volunteer your time, get push this movie.
Yeah.
The time is now. It's super important.
Yes.
We've got to shut this down. Yeah, Tariq, if we don't shut this down now, you know what's next. The rest of the culture.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, they're vehement about trying to erase our creation of hip hop culture. They keep trying to tether all of these other groups in it, and they're really trying to get it before the Olympics because they're about to have breakdancing in the
Yep.
Olympics. So there's a
Mhm.
rush for them to kind of change the narrative and the history of hip hop. This is why this movie is very, very important.
And then one quick question before I get to the issues with what the Africans just said.
Mhm.
What is up with people like KRS-One and God, who was it? Busta,
Yeah.
Big Joe. Why are the legends and people who've been in the industry and AR folks? Why aren't they saying anything?
Yeah, you know what's fun, and this is what I'm seeing. A lot of these radio stations around the country,
Hmm.
especially in New York and on the West Coast, and down in Miami and places like that, in these key markets, most of the program directors are Hispanic, especially in LA,
Hmm.
up and down. They got all Hispanic program directors, so a lot of these rappers, old school rappers, they kind of feel like they got to pander to them to stay on the old school hip hop tour circuit because there's a lot of money in the tour circuit for old school rappers. So a lot of the promoters and a lot of the radio station programmers are Hispanic. So these guys feel like they have to pander and try to make it like, well, yeah, everybody was there at the beginning. We all in this together, that type of stuff, which they got to stop
Yeah, and
doing that.
yeah, and don't forget, I did the Power 106 protest against that Colombian-owned radio conglomerate, and I still get death threats to this day just for pointing out what you just said.
Right, right.
Yeah,
So that's a
so
very
that's
real thing.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know I keep saying before I get to the Africans, one last thing. What did you think about Big Daddy Kane? What happened over in the
I
UK?
saw that.
Man, what did you think? Please
That
talk about it.
yeah, that tether Big Daddy Kane was performing, and then this tether, this UK rapper named Hijack or something, going to stand on stage and try to disrupt his show, and Big Daddy Kane almost had to put hands on him. And the dude, the rapper, was basically like he was supposed to perform, and they kept bumping him um, down throughout the show. So he,
But Tariq, they arrived late for their slot.
right, right, and that was just some old low key FBA hatred. You know what I'm saying? This is our way to sabotage because these FBAs are coming over here shining. So let us take some of the notoriety from them. So that was kind of some trollish, clout chasing ass stuff that they were doing in order to try to get relevance for themselves. And the dude, I've heard some of his stuff. This dude is a super whack rapper. He's whack as shit.
Yep.
And
It
again,
sounds like techno rap.
yeah, oh my God. It sounds like some shit from Coco Melon, like your kids be listening to. It's some old nursery rhyme ass Peppa Pig raps. And the dude was just clout chasing. So that
Yeah.
is what it is.
Okay, well, sorry for taking up time with that, but I really wanted to know. But here's the thing with what I just heard. The other night, I said, I look at a lot of Africans and, they say, don't call us tethers. Tariq has made it clear a tether is not all melanated immigrants.
Right.
Right. It's those that tether onto us primarily for profit while hating on us. But like I said the other day, they have like a schizophrenic cultural identity. And this woman was a great example. She undermined her own arguments every step of the way. She said, I'm not black. I'm
Right.
Kenyan, right?
Right.
Then she turned around and said, we must be on the same side, but then turned around and listed all of her tribes. And then you pointed out, well, why aren't you all just Kenyan? She couldn't answer that. Then
Hmm.
she oscillates back and forth between we and African. She said when she sees other blacks, but she told us she's not black. So there's something gone wrong That's an identity crisis.
Right.
Then she said, it's an identity crisis. I'm
And they
not
want
black.
us to have, and they want us to have it with them. And
Right.
we're like, no, we know who we are, man. We're rooted. We're good. We're
And
good.
like you said, we're black. We're an ethnic identity black here. And that's why
Right.
we're delineating and becoming FBA and freedmen, whatever we want to call ourselves. But we know that we are separate, apart, distinct, great, and beautiful. But what she also said was she asked you from the outset, what's the problem? Why are people fighting? The issue, we're tired of repeating it. We don't and won't tolerate any disrespect from melanated immigrants coming to the United States, mocking, belittling, and undermining Black American freedmen while culturally appropriating us for personal profit and gain. And then
Exactly.
I'm going to close with this. That leads me to the guy before her. And he said, I paid. I paid. I want you all to listen. He's the son of aristocrats. We
Hmm.
have we have a lot of people in this country that come from, whether it's Africa or wherever, they're not poor. And then they have a starting point in our history, either slavery or civil rights. They know nothing else. They don't understand that we've been fighting every single day, every corporate slot, every role on television, everything we do. People like me, Tariq, people in the space, we're still fighting. He said, but my parents paid. You haven't contributed anything to the culture. He even said, well, what is the culture? Well, then you're not a part of it if you have to ask.
Right.
And yeah, you buying an airplane ticket to fly 5,000 miles to get educated, and you come from a whole country, from a privileged family, means you're taking something from us. So I'm going to close basically with that. But just everyone listening, don't let them narrow down, even whites and Jews and whomever, don't let them narrow down our fight to slavery. We've been fighting every day since then.
Right.
Thanks, Tariq.
Thank
Peace,
you.
love, and reparations.
Yes, ma'am. All right, let's get MF, and then we're gonna get Brother Marcel. MF, hop in, dear.
Peace, power, reparations to my Black American family and to my Black American family only. Thank you for letting me speak.
Yes, ma'am.
Look, this word xenophobic is being handed out like candy, left,
Right.
right, left, right, left, right. But nobody wants to talk about how none of you guys want to go back home and go fix your homelands. You guys don't want to talk about how you guys sit up here and have water systems that you guys have to swim in and that you also poop in. You
Mhm.
don't want to talk about how the body parts that you guys cut off and hold as trophies, just like white people do. You don't want to talk about the white supremacist tendencies, attitudes, attributes, and body language that you guys distribute here in America. But while you disrespect the Black Americans here that paved the way for y'all to be here, you won't even take that same energy and go back home. That's mad crazy to me.
Mhm.
Ghana, Kenya, and all of these places have asked you guys to come back home free visa of charge, and yet you guys still won't take that opportunity. At the end of the day, we're going to stand with our ethnic pride. We stand with our people. We did not flee this land. We did not abandon our homelands. And every single thing that you guys use, we made, and our ancestors invented. From that folding chair to that peanut butter to that refrigerated car that you use in your one-bedroom apartments that y'all can barely pay for.
Mhm.
Let's get that clear and let's get that understood. You will not disrespect my people. You will not sit up here and call us bullet bags and baby mamas like you have been doing on this
Mhm.
app and out here in real life. You can't get mad at us that now that the Latinos want to sit up here and band with y'all don't even understand that you guys have been used as pawns as white supremacy, and we figured this out a long time ago. You guys will not sit up here and do that, and it's not going to be not here in Twitter spaces, not here in real life. If America's so racist, then go back home. You guys have time and opportunity to put in all that money and energy that you guys have been sitting back home, but won't pay for that same $5,000 ticket to go back home. That's crazy to me.
Mhm.
But that's all I had to say. Thank you for letting me speak. You have a
Ab-
good day.
Thank you. Let's get Brother Marcel in here. Brother Marcel.
Hey Tariq, how are you?
I'm good, family. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. I had to just come up because I visited Kenya before as well,
Hmm.
and Kenya is known for its tribalism.
Yes.
Intense tribalism, not only towards other Kenyan tribes, but I went with a friend, and the first thing he said when we got to the airport was, I can't stand these Somalians. They're savages. And there's a whole campaigns throughout the nation of Kenya trying to get them to not be racist, even though they're technically black, but trying to get them to not be racist and prejudiced towards Somalians because they blame the Somalians for the Al Shabaab, I believe that's the one in Kenya. Kenya. So
Yeah.
it's very hypocritical how these other black groups, it's quote unquote, want to come to the US and think they can scold us about unity, about building, which, as MF Kush just said, we are the epitome of unity and building, and we've done it under the worst circumstances. And while we were going under those circumstances, and we're still going through trying circumstances now, they're nowhere to be found when it's time to help. They only show up when it's time to reap the benefits. And
Yep.
I know I speak for all of us when I say I'm tired of that, and I land there.
Thank you so much, brother. Real talk. Yeah, old girl, the last chick, I mean, the girl from Kenya. Boy, I can when she said, "Well, I look at myself as a human." Oh, when you hear that, that's bedwench talk. I already knew there's a zaddy somewhere. That's zaddy loving talk when you hear that. But Lawrence, go ahead, man. Hop on, man.
What's up, Tariq? Man, I can't wait for you to finish this hip hop documentary. It is very needed. I
Yes.
will be supporting it with everything in me. I do come from a prominent hip hop family, very prominent, myself, but I have an issue with these burner boys and these
Now
Afro beats.
now which hip hop family you come from?
My cousin's Kanye West.
Oh, cool. Okay, my man. All right.
Yeah. I have an issue with these burner boys and these Afro beats,
Yes.
and it grinds my gears because they're sampling Black American music all the way from damn Brandy to Shaka Khan and calling it Afro beats. There's nothing Afro beat about it. It's
Right.
all Black American music that's launching them to any type of notoriety, and I don't hear enough people calling them out.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping you could do it a little bit. I tagged you in some stuff with Burner Boy. You know what I'm saying? Because it really gets me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm addressing a lot of that stuff. And tomorrow, I'm gonna have to. They had the Caribbean Music Awards out there in New York. We're going to address that tomorrow on my live my live YouTube broadcast. We're gonna have to break that whole thing down. Well, I'm saving that for tomorrow. Y'all go to my YouTube channel, Tariq Radio. In New York, they just had the Caribbean Music Awards. We're going to address that. We're going to go into that. All right. We're going to really, really unpack that. All right. Let's get Black Alpha Network in here. Black Alpha. I'm good, man. What's on your mind, sir?
Man, these damn tethers out here having temper tantrums and everything, family.
Yeah. Real talk.
We talk about Akun, in Wakanda. What
Yeah.
they feel right now is this their last ditch effort to try to attach themselves to us because they see this FBA train is taking off, and it's
Yes.
it's
Yes.
taking off without them. I see when we say we black, then they say they all humans. When we say our nationality is American, then they say they're African. How come they can say their continent, but we can't name our country? That's the big deal right
Right.
there.
Right.
And one more thing I want to tell to the whole family is they come at us for being on code, but they also come after good African people. Like, look at our brother Belima. They come after him heavy for being on code.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Real talk. But man, thank you so much, brother. Thank you. Man, let's get who's this? More blacks for Trump. Okay. More blacks for Trump. All right. More blacks for Trump. Turn your microphone on.
Hi, you guys.
Hey, what's going on?
So everyone can remember the day that Barack Obama's administration murdered Muammar Gaddafi in Libya.
Hmm.
What was your thoughts?
I did think it was cool because Gaddafi was trying to get everybody on a one currency standard out there in Africa. So he was really trying to get things unified, and that was a threat. Libya was a self sufficient nation with their resources. Um, they were really trying to get some stuff popping, so they had to get him up out of there.
So his paradigm was to basically unite the black diaspora all the way into Haiti with the gold standard and so forth.
Um, I I don't know the extent of it, but I do know there was a unification that they were going to use with the money out there. They were going to have one currency standard there in Africa. I know that part of it. I don't know about the extent to the Caribbean. Now, where are you from? Where are you from originally?
I'm from Philadelphia, born and raised in Philly.
Okay, where's your family from?
Um, I'm not going to take a litmus test as to who my family is from.
Okay, well that means that they're non-FBA.
You cannot make assumptions, but you
I
will.
can, I can, because you sound ashamed of your background, ma'am. That's
No, I
not even a
sound
trick question.
ashamed. Here's
That
what I
wasn't a
sound
that
ashamed of.
wasn't a trick question. Why
You
why
want
would
to make an
did you
inference?
why
I
did
can
you
tell
get
you what
why
I can tell you what I'm
okay, but
ashamed
okay,
of.
ma'am, why did you get
I can
defensive?
say fuck you first, and we can go
Ma'am,
down.
ma'am, you're a little angry stud. Calm down, ma'am. You sitting there, you probably got a little septum ring and a little afro and a strap on. Okay, let's calm that little angry stud energy
And
down.
you got jokes, right?
Ma'am, calm your little angry stud energy down. All right?
Okay, Joker. I can do that for
Then
you.
calm down. Calm
I
down.
can do that for you, Joker.
Ma'am, put the strap on back in the box and calm down. All right, y'all, that weird energy. That wasn't a trick question. Why'd you get so
We can
defensive?
talk anal and ass and strap ons if you
Ma'am,
like. You
ma'am,
always go there.
ma'am, calm
No, we
down.
can start at the top.
Okay, you're gonna have to calm down with
Strap
your
ons, anal,
ma'am.
whatever your pleasure.
You're gonna have to
That's how you always devolve into
you gotta
conversation.
dial, ma'am, you gotta dial down on your hormones. You've been taking testosterone and it's just making you trip the hell out. You sound very little, but you've been taking them hormones and you got a titties and a mustache.
And you sound like you got jokes all the time.
Ma'am, your mustache hair is growing down to your titties. Your little hormones all over the place. Calm down. You're just mad for no reason. Why are you so angry, dear? Why are you so angry? Your feminine side is fighting with your masculine side?
Dick and ass, we can go there. Come on, dick and ass. That's
Ma'am,
your favorite topic.
ma'am,
Dick
ma'am,
and ass. Dick
ma'am.
and ass.
Are you
That's
when
what
you
you do.
ma'am, you're talking to an alpha male and it's making you feel like a woman again? Is that what it is?
I'm
You're
talking
talking
to a divisive bitch.
no, ma'am. No, you're talking to a man, and now you feel like putting your strap on back in the closet and getting your sundress out. You feel feminine again, and you're trying to fight it. You got
No,
mad for,
you're a divisive bitch.
ma'am. You about to go shave your vagina right now and take some selfie. Calm down. All right. Why are you
I'm
so
glad you're
angry,
talking about vagina for once. That's
ma'am? Why are you so angry, little strap-on girl? Why are you so
you
mad,
usually go straight to dick.
man? Where you don't. Um, you don't. That's why you're mad because you don't have one. There's penis envy. Why are you so mad at niggas with dicks? Why are you so angry, dear?
I'm
You what, dear? Were you like kind of fine back in the day before you got real butch and studdish?
proud of you for bringing up a vagina for once. I'm
Man,
proud of you. I'm proud of
you were probably fine about 15 years ago, and then now you probably look like
you. You usually go straight to dick.
no, ma'am. You were probably fine as hell about 15 years ago. You probably look like Halle Berry when you were
So let's not
21.
talk about probability.
Ma'am, you probably look like Holly Berry now, bitch. You look like Marion Barry. You look like the former mayor of Washington D.C. You are big and masculine now, and that's why you're angry. Why you,
Divisive,
man? So you're a Pan Africanist.
divisive prick.
You're a Pan African. You're a studious Pan Africanist, right? Is that what this is about? You're trying to get everybody to, um,
Pro divider.
ma'am. Only thing that's
You a
dividing,
fucking agent.
ma'am. The only thing that's dividing is your strap on from the box. Okay. All right. Why are you so
Here we
angry?
go with the dick again.
Well, that's you because you're walking around with a strap on with no use to it. And that's why you're angry, ma'am.
So dickhead. Let's talk.
And ma'am, you're mad because we're not buying the Wakanda package. You're trying to sell the Pan African Wakanda package. Is that why you're upset, ma'am?
No, dickhead. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk.
We're talking, ma'am.
Okay,
We're talking. Why are you upset because we're not buying the Pan African Wakanda package, ma'am?
dickhead. Let's talk.
Ma'am, you're just
Can
saying,
you handle a conversation?
ma'am, you got dick on the brain because you
You
wish
got
you,
ADHD.
ma'am,
You got trigger finger with the button.
ma'am, you're just saying weird
Can
stuff.
you handle the truth?
Can you handle um, a real penis and not a strap on, ma'am? Can you handle that,
As much as you can, Tariq. As much as
ma'am? That little weird, angry, studdish energy is not going to get you nowhere, ma'am. So you need to go back to your security guard job at Amazon somewhere and take that energy there. Utilize that energy at work, ma'am. You're probably a little security guard somewhere. which is okay. But don't try to sell us the Wakanda Pan African package because we're just not buying it, ma'am.
I'm happy to call you an agent.
Ma'am, the only agent you need is a real estate agent to get you out of that Section 8 apartment, ma'am. Okay? And you need to get you some business and stop being so angry, ma'am. Okay?
It brings me joy to call you a jerk.
Ma'am, at least I got something to jerk. You can't jerk that
I
strap.
know.
You can't jerk a strap on. That's one thing you can't jerk. All right? Because nothing is going to come out. But that's
How do
okay.
you get any work done?
I get it done with glee. I get it done just like you. I put on my boots and I man up just like you. I, I'm a
All right,
hard work.
agent.
I'm a hardworking man like yourself, ma'am. All right,
You're an agent for sure. For sure.
ma'am.
All
Anyway,
right, so divide and conquer, that go way back, right? That's
and
a way back strategy from
who's
way back.
who's divided? Who's divided?
Anybody, any self-branding black folk in Philadelphia,
Man,
any nigga.
you can't even get your bullshit out, ma'am. You can't even get the words out. Are you putting that strap on in your mouth?
I'm not as good as you with the
Ma'am,
mouth and the dick
ma'am,
shit.
are you putting the strap on in your mouth? You're not supposed to do that, ma'am. You're going to have to decide whether you're going to be a giver or a taker. You don't know what you want to do. You're masculine one day and you're feminine the next. You want to be a femme or a dom. Which one you want to be? I
I
know.
didn't go to Dick Suck University like
Yes, ma'am. Again, you're talking to me and I'm making you feel feminine again. Just admit it. I'm talking to you and it's turning you on. It's turning you on, ma'am. You about to go get your nails
I
done.
do like dick, like you do. I do.
Yeah, you're about to take off them work boots and go get your feet done and wear some flip flops. You're about to be a woman again. That's okay. Let it out. But stop.
Almost as much as you. I'm almost there. Keep it up. Keep talking about dicks all day. I'll be there.
And,
I'll be.
anyway, ma'am, do you have anything constructive to say? Because now you're
Yeah,
just
I do. I
you,
do.
you're stud babbling. Go ahead. Go
So
ahead,
I
dear. Go ahead, dear. I'm waiting on you to say something constructive. Go ahead. Go ahead, dear. Say something constructive. Give us some constructive information.
So is your dick on the button or is your thumb on the button?
Okay, be at least witty. That's that
No,
tether where
get your dick off the button.
you tethers don't have any wit. That's why y'all lose roast battles. You can't roast. That's one thing with tethers. Y'all don't know how to roast for nothing. That's why you were ashamed of saying what your background was. You come from some foreign background where y'all can't roast for nothing. Y'all,
Stop muting, ass white.
you dig? You gotta
Stop
learn.
muting, ass.
You gotta learn to have some wit, ma'am. You don't have any wit.
Stop muting, asshole.
And speaking of asshole, ma'am, you're probably the only stud in Philadelphia with a BBL. All right, you got big buff arms and a big ass. You walking around here
And
looking like
you
a
got jokes, right?
you walk. Yeah,
Fucking dick jokes all fucking day.
I didn't say nothing about no dick. I'm talking about your
All right,
BBL and
pussy
your big
jokes
wide.
all
I
fucking.
was talking about your BBL and your wide back. I wasn't talking about nobody's dick. That's you keep talking about dick. That's you, ma'am. I didn't say nothing about nobody's dick. That's you. You got penis envy. All right. Anyway, dear, I don't think you have anything constructive. You're just saying dick over and over again because that you wish you had one in real life and not your strap on. So embrace who you are, ma'am.
At least
I
get new jokes. Can you do that for us? Get
ma'am,
some fucking new jokes.
ma'am, can you get a new um
Elementary motherfucker. Get some
ma'am,
new jokes.
and can you get a new douche bottle? Okay. Because
Ass white. Get new jokes at least.
get a new douche bottle because you cannot douche with the strap on. Okay. Your strap won't be getting in the way. And you're out here trying to stomp down on women and y'all periods be aligning with each other. So that don't work. So get you a nice man in your life, dear. All right. Thank you so much, beloved. I appreciate you. All right. Okay. Lord, poor thing. She was going through an identity crisis. When people notice now, boy, the tether class, when you ask where they're from, fuck you talking about where I'm from. We ain't getting into that. Yeah. We're not ashamed of where we're from. Hell, my family, North Carolina, Alabama, shit. Yeah, the tether class, boy, they're ashamed to even mention what failed place they done came from now. Wow. But y'all gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right. All right. God bless her. Let's get Mr. Badu. I can't pronounce your first name. Wait, Charcuterie. There you go. I think I got it. Charcuterie Badu.
What's
All right.
what's happening? Peace to you, Tariq.
What's going on, brother Badu? How are you, sir?
Man, I'm cool and bro. Look, Tariq, first off, you hell, but look, man, look, I need a job, but look, you can't be goddamn roasted and shit, going on stage and shit, talking to the other folk, man. I gotta do that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But look, you're doing a good job out here. But the Wakanda timeshare package is crazy. That's all I want to say. I can't, I ain't gonna do
Yeah.
it, bro. I was born in Indiana, I was raised in Atlanta, my family from Mississippi, and this all I know. You know what I'm saying? In the words of Cujo Goody, if they could kick us out, well, will we go? Cause not to Africa, cause none of them acknowledge us as they kinfolk. You know what I'm saying? So I know nothing of that spot over there. You feel me? And I'm just gonna keep it right here. Why would I run to something that we done built? You know what I'm talking about?
Real talk,
That
man. I appreciate that. And the thing is, man, they don't even give us no damn dual citizenship over there, which don't cost nothing. That's some basic stuff. They don't give us no dual citizenship, and I mean without red tape. I ain't talking about you go over there and drop off $50,000 or $100,000. No, no, I'm talking about just dual citizenship with no red tape. We don't even get that, dude. To be honest, let's get what's your name? Ashanti Native. Ashanti Native. Ashanti Native. Let's turn your microphone on. There you go.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, sir. My name is Enoch. I'm Ghanaian, but I moved to the U.S. 20 years ago. I
Yes.
came as a student, um, went to several colleges, and ended up staying. My
Mm,
goal is not to be here permanently. I would definitely go back to Ghana at some point. I came here when I was 18. I'm now 38.
yeah.
Now, the issue that I have with I don't have an issue with the FDA. I really respect you guys, but I think what sometimes bothers me is that I think not all Africans, or maybe Caribbeans, if I can speak on their behalf, are wanting to be like you guys. We are not trying to be African Americans. Some of us, not all of us. It breaks my heart to see some stuff that you post online, trying to kind of like degrade the African community or the
Like what?
Caribbean.
Like what? Give me an example.
I've seen several posts from you where you posted things that is not to show something positive or something great about the black diaspora or anything like that. So
Like
when
what?
someone
No, no, no. Give an example, sir. What did
Oh,
I
I've
to
seen I've
degrade?
seen several videos where you posted videos and say, "Oh, look at these students, look at these people, look at how they behave. Look at there are several of them, sir. I'm not lying to you. I respect you. I respect FBAs. 100% of my friends in the states are African Americans. I don't really indulge in
Hold
their
on. You're gonna have to hold your horses on that one. Now, what video did I say that I put up and said, "Hey, look at these people"? Like what? Videos like what?
I can't really say specific videos, but like anybody who follows your Twitter account.
Okay, okay. We're gonna pause it. Let's slow it down. So if I post a video of certain things that go over there in Africa that might not be positive to you, you like, okay, that's degrading the African people. That's what you're saying?
Correct, but listen, let me say
Okay, let's
no,
hold
no, no.
hold on. Hold on. Well, nigga, get your ass over to the shade room and holler at them. Because those are Africans who post some of the most negative stuff about foundational black Americans they can post. Go over to Media Takeout run by Africans who do nothing but post denigrating stuff about foundational black Americans every day. Go to World Star Hip Hop, started by Caribbeans, and they got a bunch of Africans working over there who post nothing but negative things about foundational black Americans all day. Go to Bossip, run by Africans, who post nothing but negative things about foundational black Americans all day, degrading things all day, and they've made a gazillion dollars doing it. Why are you not saying anything to them people? Your mic is on, sir. Your mic is on. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. So what I'm saying is, I'm not in favor of the shade room and all the channels that people
You
appreciating
ain't
our
saying
food. And
nothing against them though.
no,
Like you're
I'm
saying
not
something against
saying
me.
no, sir. I'm not saying I'm in favor of that. I'm not talking about the shade room or any of those people. I'm against the things they do, especially when I realize that some of these accounts are run by some African immigrants. I'm against it. I'm not in favor of any of that. But what I'm saying is that being here in the States for 20 years, I always try to diminish some of the negative stereotypes of African Americans. I fight on you guys' behalf. I've
How
tried
come
to
we
be
never
a
see it? How come we don't ever see
no, but
all that, dude? We don't ever see it. We
sir,
see the shade room and we see gossip. We see all of
sir,
them,
I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about me as an
but
individual.
we don't see it. We don't see it. There's no
But
significance.
you don't know me, so how are you going to
Right. So we don't see it. So you can be
say it?
saying anything, sir. You can
So
be
no,
saying
my
anything. We don't know what you're doing. Oh,
listen,
thank you, sir.
sir,
Okay. Now we
sir.
okay. All right. No, I don't want to hear that. No. No, 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 because now you made yourself vocal on our space. Family, how many, let's keep it a goddamn buck. Family, do y'all ever hear these people from the diaspora talk down publicly on the shade room, gossip, Madame Noir, media takeout? Do y'all ever hear them say, hey man, y'all need to stop portraying foundational Black Americans like that? Do y'all ever hear that on any space, anywhere? Let's keep it a buck. I never hear y'all say nothing to them. Y'all don't say nothing to them. Y'all sit there cockeying and kikiing. But when we start saying, hey, when we start getting some straightening, then y'all get real vocal. When we start getting some straightening, all of a sudden y'all come out and you're very vocal. Now we know where you are now. Y'all come right in our spaces, making it loud and proud. Hey, hey, don't show us fucked up now. Hey, don't be showing us in Ghana shitting in the streets now. Don't show that. Y'all are never anywhere condemning some of these other outlets and entities for portraying us in a degrading way. You're nowhere to be found. And when we're getting some straightening, everybody wants to cry foul. All right, let me get a couple of more people in here because I ain't gonna be here all day, and there's a lot of y'all in here. Kevin, hop on, Kevin. Let's get Kevin in here.
Oh,
What's up, Kevin? Oh, Kevin wasn't ready. Kevin hit the button by mistake, and Kevin sounded like he was on the toilet or something. All right, y'all make sure y'all don't hit that button by mistake because y'all waste a lot of valuable time. We got somebody with 419 scammer in here. Somebody with a Nigerian flag. What's up, 419 scammer? Go ahead. 419 scammer. Hop
oh,
on,
what's
brother.
up?
How are you,
I'm
sir?
good.
All right, what's on your mind, man? Besides scamming.
Scamming. That's it. Making money.
There you go. Where you from, man?
Uh, I'm I'm from Idaho.
You from
Yeah,
Idaho?
Des Moines.
Okay. Des Moines, Idaho. Brother, they don't have better phones in Des Moines, Idaho. Your phone is janky as
Oh,
shit.
really? I can put on earphones.
Okay, yeah. You got you some AirPods from Wish.
Why is
Okay.
that an intro? I mean, what's the big deal of getting AirPods? I have an
Because
iPhone, so like
first your
I got a
the, your phone is
I got it from Best Buy,
you
but what's
got
the big deal if you get it from Wish?
nigga, you got it from less buy. It costs less money for those
Why you
janky
being
iPad
why you being
phones
rude?
because you calling up and your phone is janky
I don't know.
and
It's my
you're not
connection. It's
really
not my fault,
all right. So
man. You're
what's
so
on your
racist,
mind?
man.
Calm down because you tethers are not witty at all. So what's on
You
your
hate me
mind, sir?
because I'm
Go ahead.
Nigerian. Like
Well, nobody hates you, sir. Stop
it sounds
projecting.
like you
What's
don't
on
like
your mind?
me. Like you call me tether, like and all sorts of shit. Like man,
Because you're acting like
I
it.
didn't
You're
do
acting like
anything.
a
I said what's up to you.
but you're just acting like
How
a
am I
tether.
acting
You're
like a
not really
tether?
because you're babbling. Let's
Well,
get to the point. What's your
we're
point?
talking and like I just said hello and you're like insulting me.
Because your phone is
That's not
janky.
my
You're not
fault.
saying anything. It is your fault, Umbutu. You
It's not
got to
my
get to
fault,
the point.
Jerome. Damn.
Well, Baba Doodoo, you got to
Okay,
let us know what's on
DeQuante,
your mind. Uh, but
Tyrone.
Tim Bwakate, you got to let us know what's
Okay,
on your
hey,
mind.
Tyrone Jefferson.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. But let us know what's on your mind. Scam Baba Doodoo. What do you want to talk about, sir?
Okay, DeQuante Jackson. George.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Scam Baba Doodoo. Did you
yeah.
have
I said
anything
your
constructive?
mama.
Oh yes,
Yeah, I
Scam Baba
scammed your
do
mama.
day.
You
Do
know,
you
you
have
everybody be complaining, oh damn, you Nigerians. I got scammed by a Nigerian.
right
Oh shit. But man, why
now? Look
are
at
you
your
like hating, man? I don't want a
even
problem with you, man.
even
You're such a man. You're a
and
xenophobe.
and dude, and your phone is just changing octaves while you're speaking, sir. The phone that you
Man, this hurts
stole,
my
I think the
feelings,
people
man.
are looking.
This really hurts my.
You obviously you stole somebody's AirPods and they're looking for them, and the volume keeps going up and down because your phone keeps getting dinged from the people you stole it from. They
I
have
worked
an
at a
iPad.
Verizon store, and that place, like after like I left that job, it got robbed by black people. So
No, no, no. You
it,
left the
it got
job
robbed.
because you stole, and they followed the
I didn't
trail of
steal. It was
Musk.
black people who robbed.
Yes, you did. You stole, and they followed the trail of Musk to your apartment, and you got caught. That's how, and you had to leave. You got fired. You didn't quit. You got fired because they followed the Musk, and they knew it was you. All right. Anything on your mind, Scam Baba
The
Day?
must comes from your mother when I was fucking her. It stick to me. That's
No, no,
all.
no, sir. Sir, no, 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 no. You
The
mean it
must
comes
is
from
permanent from her
some?
pussy.
You mean it comes from
Her
a
pussy.
brother who was
Her
fucking you?
pussy. So
It comes from a brother who was banging you because we know what you had to do to get that green card. All right, that's why your bed sheet smells like bussy and Jollof, and then you got the green card you needed to come out here to Idaho. But anyway, Scam Baba Doo Day. Anything else on your mind, sir? Let's get to the point and wrap it up. All right. Anything else, sir?
you keep muting like a
All
bitch,
right.
but yeah, like I mean, I'm
No,
just like your ancestors who got
no,
their
no,
ass beat when they first came here. But you're gonna mute me like a pussy. I'll just catch you on IG and just harass you on IG.
no. There
You're a
you
pussy.
go.
I'll just say it to your face or whatever.
Sir, you
Yeah,
won't
nobody's
say
worried
anything
about
to
you.
my face.
You're a
Sir, you
nobody.
wouldn't
Fuck
do
out of here.
anything. Sir, you wouldn't do anything but drive me to
Yeah,
the
I'll
airport
drive
in
you.
your Uber.
I'll
But that's what you would do. You would drive to the airport and drop me off, and hopefully you wouldn't steal my credit card information with your little musty self. So, Baba Dude, any last words, sir? All right. Come on, you're getting very triggered and angry. And I don't want you to get extra musty because sometimes
why
when
do
you
you
get
keep muting
musty,
like a pussy
you
ass?
but you calm down. 'Cause I don't want you to get angry because if you sometimes your tethers, y'all get real mad and then you start sweating and then you start stinking up the Uber and you're not going to get tips because your customers are going to
Why do
complain.
you keep
So
muting,
are
man?
you okay?
Why? Why do you keep acting like a bitch?
I'm trying. I want you to go to rootwork.com. We
See,
got
you're
some
being a
deodorant.
pussy.
We
There
got
you go
Rootwork.
again.
We got we got some Rootwork deodorant for you, sir. Try it so that you can get good tips in your Uber. All right. All right. Anyway, Lord. He was getting very upset. He was getting angry. Um, Scam Baba Dude hung up. I didn't hang up on him. Scam Baba Dude hung up on himself. All right. I think his own must started trickling up to his nose. All right. Okay. Anyway, man, it's Saturday. I got stuff to do. I think the sun might be trying to peek out. So let me go out here and kick it with the family. Anyway, y'all, man, go to American Maroon, American-Maroon.com. Check out the movie American Maroon. Go to hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Contribute to the Hidden History Museum. And everybody follow me on my YouTube channel, Tariq Radio. Subscribe. I'm going to go live tomorrow, so subscribe to my YouTube channel. Anyway, man, it's been a lot of folks in here. Got over 1,000 people. Shout out to everybody tuning in. And I will say, Papi Akute.